Okay, we're ready now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your cooperation. That obviously very tight quarters here, but that, of course, is the restriction we're working with. Only workers are inside the plant and keeping watch over all of the assets of the company that are remaining in there. We are very, very pleased on behalf of the United Electrical Workers to have Reverend Jackson here showing support, moral support, and very concrete support in the form of the truckload of food that is outside here to help these workers at a time when they're in great need. So we have had just a tremendous outpouring support from all aspects of society from across the country at this point, because I think everyone in this country realizes this is not just about a raw deal for these workers. It's about a raw deal for all the workers across this country. And that this fight is on behalf of all workers. And when these workers win, it will create a situation where other workers will begin again to have a chance to have a decent job and some level of security and a standard of a living that allows them to buy back the goods and services that they produce. And so we're really happy. This is an issue I know that Reverend Jackson has always understood, and so we're very happy to have him here with us today and bringing this very concrete support with him. Thank you, Reverend Jackson.
We have the Rainbow Push Coalition and members of our Union Alliance and members to support these workers in their struggle for dignity and for economic justice. It's about their wages, but more than that. It's about their health care, but more than that. It's about the short notice, but more than that. It's not just the workers, it's the workers, the management, it's the whole proposition of closing plants and throwing workers away, no place to go. We see huge amounts of money being given out in Washington to bail out banks, but not to bail out workers. To the extent the banks need money for stability or lending, it should be lending to reinvest in America's workers, not just acquire the banks. We are bailing out the banks. Will not lend to bail out plants and workers. The focus is so much on top down, on how to give to a bank $150 billion, but then humiliate the auto workers. We're facing, in fact, a recession now moving toward depression at a very rapid rate. We should not have a self-induced depression because we're trying to change our economy top down. It must be changed bottom up. These workers deserve their wages, deserve their notice, deserve health security. This may be the beginning of a long struggle of worker resistance, finally. There's been too much silence and too many emails, not enough resistance, too long. Now with 10 million Americans unemployed, that does not count those who work 25 hours a week and still unemployed, in fact, not have an active job. 10 million workers unemployed officially, but more than that, 16 million files for unemployment compensation. But more than that, the credit crisis, the plants cannot borrow money, including this plant. Automotive plants cannot borrow money. The dealers cannot borrow money. And the consumers cannot borrow money. Parents or homes cannot borrow money. Children to get their tuition for next semester cannot borrow money. This is a profound economic crisis. But if somehow we can, with our sense of justice, see a way to lend money to Europe. The Marshall Plan was a 50-year loan at 2% government secured. But it worked for all of us. Or to then run to Chrysler at below market interest rate. It did work. They paid back the loan and with a profit. If we can, in fact, lend and bail out Iraq at $10 billion a month, well, they now are pumping oil and have a surplus for not the American worker. These workers are, through this struggle, perhaps, Rosa Parks was social justice 50 years ago. major workers must begin to show resistance at plants all around the nation. Maybe this is fine to UAW. It's not enough to testify. That's important. Also, workers must fight for their jobs and health care and justice. We seem not to realize that if, in fact, these workers are simply pushed away with no place to go, it's going to cost more to abandon them than to employ them. Or if the auto loans are not made, and the press says over and over again, bailout. All the workers are not asking for a bailout, they're asking for a long-term loan with no market interest rate. The homeowners are not asking for a bailout, they're asking for a restructuring loan rather than repossess homes. They can stay in their homes and they can stabilize their community. What is troubling to us today is that if we, in fact, go to the extreme, deny the loans to the automotive industry, the ripple effect will be 4 to 10 million homes. And then cities will go bankrupt. And libraries will close. Librarians will lose their jobs. Police and teachers and firemen will lose their jobs. Homes will come apart things under stress at all. And you'll not be able to send our children home because of the rise in tuition. So what is at stake here? And this is simply the beginning of it in one sense, is that we are facing an industrial crisis. That will need an industrial policy. Not just this plant, not just the automotive. It's not the big three. It's the big 5 million workers. The big three execs have a cushion. They can work for $1 a year to protect their pride. The big 5 million workers cannot work for $1 a year, not survive. And so much for diversion and optics. We now need an industrial policy. We're facing a crisis. It was energy, and then housing, and then banking, and now manufacturing, and now trade. We can compete with the workers abroad. We cannot compete with slave wages. And I say this in closing. 20 years ago, the largest employer was General Motors. $18 an hour jobs and retirement benefits and insurance is very hard work. Another large employer is Walmart, $7 an hour without those benefits. The big three in Detroit was GM, Ford, and Chrysler. It's now 3 gambling casinos. We must change.